Free Crack One, man. Well, I think that was some of my best work, man. I had a little time to think of most of the songs. I think Water, that was probably one of my favorite ones. And If You Knew was one of my favorites. And Stressing, that was one of my favorite ones too.
Sometimes artists, the singles that everyone else feels like should be the single, and it does well.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily the artist's favorite song. Like, that song did numbers, but shit, that wasn't my favorite song.
Yeah.
But being that you said Water was one of your favorite songs, why?
Water really meant something to me, like everything just matched, like the beat, like my voice on the beat, and I was kind of going through little stuff, man. I was having little problems, and I was just saying, like, I gotta keep my head above water. I've been going hard, gotta go a little harder. And that's just like some of the realest shit, you know what I'm saying? So it just related to what I was going through at the time.
Judging by where you are now, looking back on Bibby, what was that, a year and a half, 2 years ago almost?
Yeah, I'm like two
What would you say, okay, damn, I feel like this is what Free Crack One was for me?
I was really like heavy. I was heavy in the streets, man. I was in the streets every day, man. Every day, all day, getting locked up and stuff like that. I was in the streets. And that's when I was giving my perspective of being in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I was really everything that I was saying was really true, you know what I'm saying? So I was giving my perspective of everything while I was going through it, you know what I'm saying? And I think people's first work is sometimes their best work.
What's it like for you going home, back to Chicago, having now, like, especially, you're definitely still super early in your career, but at the same time, like, I would imagine, especially being in Chicago your whole life, you got some money now, you're going on shows now, so you're not seeing the world, but you're seeing way more than you did. You're seeing Cali, you're seeing all these different states and shit like that. So how has that had an effect on just, how you think about stuff, how you feel about life, how you feel about yourself?
Man, that changed my whole life. Like seeing the world, getting out, seeing different stuff, talking to different people, you know what I'm saying? Interacting with different people, it changed everything, you know what I'm saying? Because I was so boxed in, all I knew was like my street corners and, the type of shit that we do, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a whole bigger world, It's like a whole world that's out, that's waiting for you to see, And it really made me realize a lot of stuff, man. Like, Chicago is a crazy place. Every time I go back, I'd be looking at my homies and the shit that they still do every day, you know what I'm saying? I'd be thinking like, damn, that's the shit we used to do every day. That's the shit we do every day, man. Like, we risk our lives every day. Like, we put our life on the line every day just to come outside and kick it, you know what I'm saying? Chicago is like a gang-banging city. Like, that's all we do is gang bang, shoot guns, we sell drugs, but really it's mostly the killing is like the thing to do in Chicago. Everybody got guns, everybody wanna kill somebody, wanna catch a body, or everybody wanna put in some work, everybody wanna earn their stripes. Cause really, like, the killers really get all the glory, you know what I'm saying? If you doing your thing, you putting in work, your name start ringing bells, you're gonna start seeing different females, you know what I'm saying? They start coming, you start seeing a different crowd of friends trying to hang with you, with more popular people, you know what I'm saying? And it just be shit like that.
I've never heard you talk about your mom or your dad, or if they're still around, or if they're still together or anything. Like, what's that whole dynamic? How has that been growing up in the household? Were you raised by like a grandmother or a guardian, or?
Man. You talking about when I was younger?
Yeah.
Well, I lived with my mom, but my mom, she was on drugs, heavy. So I was really raised by my older sister, really. When I was younger, I was really raised by my older sister. Up until I was about, I'm gonna say 14, that's probably when my mom stopped doing drugs. 13, about 14 years old, 14, 15. So I was raised by my sister, and she was just she was a gangster herself. She was like a big gang-banging, kitty, playful person herself. So we really never really had no rules, you know, we never really had no rules. We was in the streets with her all night, you know what I'm saying? So I got to see a lot of shit at a young age. Nobody told me nothing, you know what I'm saying? Nobody taught me right from wrong. Nobody told me really nothing. My sister loved. Because I really didn't listen to my mom. She was, you know, she couldn't tell me nothing. Being in the streets earlier, it was just like, it just taught me so much, you know what I'm saying? And like, I seen a lot of people get killed. Like when I was like the first person I seen dead, like on the floor, like I think I was about 7 years old. And he got shot in the head, and it was one of my sister's homies. And it was like, I knew him, you know, I'm like, he was like one of my homies, you know what I'm saying? I was 7, but, you know, he was like a big brother, you know what I'm saying? And he'd come by, you know, and play basketball, shoot hoops with us and shit like that. So, yeah, I seen him dead on the floor. He got shot in his head. And that was the first time I seen how somebody's brains look on the floor. Rest in peace to my homie, man. But, yeah, that was the first time I seen somebody dead. And like, it kind of made me numb, you know what I'm saying? I seen so many people get killed young. I was just numb to it, you know what I'm saying? And like, I just accepted the fact that one day you could see somebody and the next day you might not ever see them again, you know what I'm saying? So I never really let the murders and stuff get to me, even though like I lost a lot of my friends, a lot of my homies, you know what I'm saying? So I think shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, I can't finish.